What's up, homegirls? On today's episode, I'm giving you some much needed encouragement. I'm letting you know, girl, it's okay. You gonna be okay. And I'm also gonna give you tips on how to get yourself out of this funk. This is a good one. Keep listening. Hello. Welcome to Heard and Healed podcast, where I'm here to encourage you, empower you, and help you heal. If you have a desire to be your best self, or simply just need encouragement, then this is the podcast for you. Here we use positivity, courage, and faith to help us be our best selves and heal. There's a saying that I like to say, and it says, I believe in myself, I believe in my abilities. Fear is where it stops. Healing is where it starts. You have the option to view me on YouTube. If you type in Heard and Healed podcast, you will see me here, my red lips. You can also listen to me on Apple Podcasts. All you have to do is type in Heard and Healed podcast. You can also find me on Spotify. Check the description box. There's other listening platforms that you can find me and listen to me. I'm so happy to have you guys back here. How was you guys' Thanksgiving? I hope that it was good. Mine was good. I spent it with my family, and it was a really, really nice Thanksgiving. So I'm happy to be back. If you can see me, you see that I have shaved the side of my head, sis. I got me some lines and stuff. You know, I'm really switching up the style. I'm ready for a wig. I'm going to be honest, though. This is growing on me, and I'm really sticking it out here, but it's cute. I like it. Anywho, today's podcast is going to be a little different. I had in my spirit, I don't know if I have a message. There may be some messages in the midst of this message, but, you know, somebody is going through something, and today I just kind of want to just come and touch in and just tell you that whatever you're going through, it's going to be okay. I want you to know that it's going to be okay. I don't know what you're going through, but I had a feeling that one of my subscribers just needed to know and feel that it's going to be okay. Somebody is going through something really tough. I don't know if it's a breakup. I don't know if it's financial difficulties. I don't know if you received some more bad news. I don't know if you lost a job. I don't know if you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay your bills. I don't know if you got into it with a loved one. I can't really call it, but I feel that somebody has been crying and somebody has really, really been going through some dark days. And I really just wanted to take the time to come and tell you that it's going to be okay. You know, for myself, when I go through dark days, and I have, my days ain't been so great, I'm a firm believer in relying in my faith. And a lot of my followers believe in, you know, a faith, you know, or a higher being. So I like to tell you, whatever you're going through, pray on it, you know, pray about it. And if you do not believe in a faith, then maybe it's time to, maybe you should think about believing in something that's higher than you, that can help you get through what you're going through right now. I know that sometimes when we go through stuff, right, sometimes disappointments or things that just knock us down, we feel like we really making some steps forward, and something, just a monkey wrench was through in the midst of it, and we just feel like, dang, no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, no matter how faithful I am, no matter how strong I be, it just never works out in my favor. Somebody's going through that right now, and guess what, sis? Your feelings are valid. I don't know what your situation is, but your feelings are valid. But I encourage you not to really give up. There's this thing, you know, society really makes it seem as if when we go through stuff, we got to pick ourselves up, and it's a new day, and put this smile on, and, you know, don't feel defeated, don't feel down, right? So we find ourselves trying to really escape these emotions that we're feeling, right? We find ourselves trying to put on a happy face, or really just trying to ignore it and block it out, avoid it, don't deal with it, or just stay positive throughout it all, right? But I notice, even in real life, that sometimes that method don't help. Let me see. Have you ever been driving and you find yourself just breaking down crying? Ain't nothing trigger it. Nothing that you know of triggered, but you just broke down crying. Or let's say you were at work trying to type, do your job, and you had to excuse yourself because you in the bathroom crying, and your mood just completely switched, and it's like, what's going on? I'll tell you, That is your body, girl, speaking to you. That all these emotions that you try to suppress and you try to hurry up and get over and get through and whatever, or those emotions you try to ignore, that situation you try to just not think about or whatever, is catching up. And emotions have a funny way, girl, of tripping you up, right? I call those trip ups because they have a funny way of just kind of popping back up when we thought that we left something or we dealt with something or it don't really matter or we wanted to escape it or avoid it or whatever. I say all that to say that it's okay to take time to get yourself together. If you feel disappointed, if you feel let down, if you feel hurt, I always try to tell you guys that it's okay to not be okay. And sometimes, you know, we put a time on how long that we not going to be okay. And I can't really tell you what's the most appropriate time to not be okay. But what I can tell you, if you are tired of not being okay, then that's when the time is. You got to really take an active role in feeling better, you know. One of my most powerful techniques in trying to feel better is I talk to myself, but I encourage myself. I really, really do. I notice that no matter how many people I seek out for encouragement or the people I talk to help me process stuff, it's always me and me at the end of the day. And I got to sit and say, Nathesha, you going to get through this. Nathesha, you going to be all right. So I encourage you that you are your powerful force. You are your inspirator. You are your motivator. You are your encouragement. You are your uplifter. You are. Just give it a chance. I don't know who you are. For some reason, the name Linda, Michelle, this keeps popping out to me. I don't know. I don't know if somebody's watching me and their name is Linda. But tell yourself, Linda, you're going to be all right. Tell yourself that. You have to talk to yourself. You know, I always talk to you guys about that because it's very powerful when you encourage yourself. I know that for me, when I have that moment to just kind of say, Nathesha, you know what? You are really hurt right now. Nathesha, you know what? This sucks really bad right now. It's validating. You know, it's like, yes, it does hurt and it does suck. It's validating. And a lot of times we just need our feelings just kind of validated in that moment. No matter what the situation is, we want to feel validated that no, I'm not okay. Yes, this is effed up. No, I don't know what to do. Yes, I feel stuck. Yes, I feel defeated. Like sometimes we need to feel validated. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes our outside supports don't give us that validation that we're seeking. But it really, really is comfort when you get it from yourself. When you really tell yourself, this is hard, this is tough. But you also got to tell yourself, I'm going to be okay. It's going to be all right. I got this. Those words really are powerful words. You know, they really go in the book as powerful words. They go under the words of positivity and the words of encouragement because they do something to the spirit. They do something to the body. Like, they just kind of have a way of just making you saying like, all right, I got it. You know, they have a way of just kind of switching the mood or comforting you. I know also like when I'm going through stuff, and I can only speak on my experience, but then also give you my own suggestions. I noticed that I needed a healthy outlet. And I needed something that was going to help me release these emotions and release these feelings and just kind of feel rewarding to me. So what I started doing was I started writing. Now, I have this journal, and on one side of the journal, one page of the journal, I said, I have Dear God. And I have a conversation with God. It's a prayer, but it's kind of like in written form. But it's really just kind of me shooting the shit. Just kind of talking to him, telling what I want. Tell him, you know, what's not fit. That's one side of the paper. Then the other side of the paper says, Dear me. And I'm simply just kind of talking to me. Now, it's so funny. As I reflect on these journal entries, some days I'm like, girl, I'm so proud of you. And you know what? You got this. And other days I'm like, bitch, get your shit together. It could go a couple ways, but it's helpful because it's kind of like my inner voice kind of speaking to me on the paper. So whether my inner voice is holding me accountable, whether my inner voice is uplifting me, whether my inner voice is congratulating me, I just write whatever the Spirit is telling me of my inner voice for that day. And I got that idea from somebody, and I thought it was a brilliant idea. I truly just was like, I like this, right? Now, you guys may have heard me say this before. I have not been a fan of writing, journaling. That was never me. I felt like my pen was not moving as fast as my thoughts. But I had to realize that the purpose of journaling is to ground you, center you, right? The purpose is to slow you down. So you're not supposed to write fast. The purpose of writing is so that you can slow down, fully think, and get these feelings and these thoughts onto the paper, but in a slow pace, in a pace that's not going so fast. And that was helpful. It helped calm me down, it just helped kind of recenter me. So writing has been very helpful, and I want to lend that to you. Do you have an outlet? Do you have something you do? Now, let's say you're not interested in writing your feelings or talking to God or talking to yourself. Guess what, sis? Are you good at writing a poem? Write down poetry. Are you good at telling stories? Try creating a story, your own daggone story. It can be nonfiction. It can be whatever you want. Try writing a story. There's always creative ways to kind of like write. And I'm just offering you that suggestion because it helped for me. The purpose is that you have to have a healthy outlet whenever you are going through something, whenever you feel down, whenever you feel defeated, whenever you feel like you just can't move forward or something just won't work or, things is just not going in your favor. You have to have a healthy outlet. Do you like to sew? Do you like to color? Do you like crossword puzzles? Do you like to build stuff? Do you like to create stuff and draw? You gotta find a healthy outlet for you. Is it dancing and being physical? Is it growing plants? Is it just, what is it? A healthy outlet is going to be helpful for you guys when you're going through something. I know it's extremely helpful for me, man. When I have my days, I just gotta go and write. I've also gotten to meditating. And I want to lend that birdie to you. I meditate for 10 minutes a day every morning. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing it every night. But my meditation is a form of prayer and manifestation. I do it for 10 minutes. I have no distractions. My body is completely still. I'm breathing in and I'm out. And I'm literally just kind of praying and envisioning myself of what I want and what I want my life to be. It helps me in the morning start my day off. It helps with my mood. So maybe that could be something that you could try. I want to give you just a little bit of options and alternatives. We call this coping skills, sis. How do you cope with what's going on in your life? How do you cope with your feelings? How do you cope with situations that's going on? Because sometimes we do this routine stuff of waking up, doing our responsibilities, coming to work, cooking, cleaning, caring for the kids, and it's a repeat. And every day we're just existing. I can't tell you what made me happy yesterday. Can't tell you what was happy today. We're just existing. And unfortunately, we'll continue to stay in our funk if we do that. We'll continue to stay down. My goal is not to get you out of, an unhappy space, or if that's what you want to be in, cool. My goal is just to encourage you through that space as you're going through it, because I really don't feel that we deserve to go through tough times long, because I also feel that it's going to be okay. Things is going to work out. I noticed that we all just have an issue with control. Once we realize that nothing's really in our control. So sometimes we have this plan of what we want our life to be. We have this plan of this project. We have this plan of this relationship. We have this plan of how our money gonna go, right? We have this plan, and we do everything so that the plan could fall into place. And then one day, the plan just get all effed up. And it brings us so much disappointment, brings us so much shock, brings us so much hurt. We don't know what to do, because this is not the way we seem for things to go. But I want you to realize that not much is really in your control. The only thing that you can control is how you react to when things get effed up. That's really the only thing that's in your control. But the way life is set up, sis, It's not really in our control. And yeah, we going to have disappointments. I don't know the saying, but basically it says that, before things can get better, it has to get worse because it's a preparation. And I believe that to be true. If you feel like you've done everything, right? Like, let's say I've been faithful and I've been, focused and I've been doing everything good and things still not going in my favor. I'm still not getting what I want. I still feel defeated. I still feel hurt, right? This person's still not making it right. I'm doing everything and I'm still not getting it. Maybe it's the environment that's not perfect yet. Maybe it's these outside circumstances that's just not ready yet. And we can't force or rush time. One of the biggest lessons that I'm learning is patience, girl. And I think a lot of us have to learn that because we are so wanting things to happen on our time, when we want it, how we want to get it. It's my time and I need it now. It's my destiny and I need it now. That type of thing, right? But girl, patience is something that we all got to learn because guess what? Things are not going to go our way. And things are not going to go the way that we want things to go. I just repeated myself, or the way we envision things to go. It's not. And it's okay for things to happen that kind of throw you off. But I want you to know that it's not the end of the world and it's not the end of you. You need this encouragement today because maybe somebody didn't give you that. I just feel that somebody has been crying a lot. Somebody just feels lost. Somebody feels broken. Somebody feels defeated. Somebody feels just kind of like they at their wits' end. Somebody feel like they really ready to give up. Somebody is contemplating suicide. And I want you to know that it's okay. It's going to be okay. And as long as you tell yourself that, you got all the strength. The best tool or weapon you need in any battle is courage. The ability to try. That's it. If you try every day, you'll win any fight. Hear me out. If you try every day in any battle that you're in, you're destined to win. You really are. So I want you to try to get yourself together. I want you to try to see the brighter or bigger picture. I want you to try to put yourself, get into a healthy outlet. I want you to try these things. It's okay to cry. It's okay to validate all those feelings you have. It's okay. But I also want you to know that it's okay to encourage yourself through it too. And it's okay to feel that you're going to be okay. It's okay to get back up and try it again. Maybe what you have been trying is the same thing over and over. Maybe you got to try something different. Maybe you just got to be patient. Maybe you got to learn to release control. Maybe you got to have a little bit more faith. You got to have a little bit more belief in your faith. I'm not sure what it is that you need, but those are just some options, okay? But I think that it was important for me to come talk to you today and tell you that, boo, it's going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You are already all right, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. So find you a healthy outlet. Find you a coping skill. Write, meditate, exercise, sing. Find something, You don't have to have a talent. That's what you got to understand. You don't need a talent. A coping skill is not a talent. Girl, I don't know how to draw, but I'm going to draw some shit. Go paint a canvas. Go do something. Because it's not fair to sit in those emotions and feel that disappointment and hurt. It is fair to give yourself another shot and another opportunity. It is fair to encourage yourself, though. It is fair to believe that things are going to work out because guess what? You are stronger than what you feel. I say this affirmation to myself all the time. Although I feel weak, I am strong. And it's true. You may feel weak right now. You may feel defeated. You may feel that things are not going to get better. But they are. But you got to believe it. See, sometimes a defeated attitude will give you defeated results. It will. If you feel defeated, if you think that everything is just not going to work out, then it probably won't. But even if you feel defeated and say, you know what, it's going to work out. Time is going to, just give it a little bit more time. I promise you it'll come to you. I promise you it will. Oh man, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. Do me a favor, if this episode really resonated and spoke to you, leave it down in a comment. I would love to know who I helped today, okay? Don't forget that you can follow us on Instagram. That's at Heard and Healed Podcast. You can also follow me, my personal page on Instagram. That's at Nene Tanae. Don't forget I'm on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Oh, don't forget that we are here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I am live streaming this and we are in the chat. So make sure you come back and check us out on Tuesday. Anyways, guys, it's time for me to get up out of here. I love you and we'll talk soon. Bye.